So I was just on Facebook and one of my friends I've known since the old TTC days, Trash Talking Circle, New York Giants fan, made this post, a very long post, and it looked like he was just paying tribute to somebody. So I was like, oh man, who passed? And I noticed I'm not going to go into what he said, but I noticed the word TTC. So I'm like, man, who passed away? So then I'm scrolling down and then I see a picture. And when I see the picture, honestly, my heart sank. And I mean, some of you, if you've old school from the TTC since, you know, late 2000s, early 2010s. I mean, I just found out that if you remember, Simus 1974, hardcore dedicated Dallas Cowboy fan. I unfortunately passed away. I couldn't believe when I saw it, and I still can't believe it. I mean, this was somebody that I want to say started around the TTC around the same time. And I know I started in 2008. I think he started around the same time. And I just remember when first seeing him was we had I know some of you old school TTC fans might remember this, but we had a road game against the Dallas Cowboys. And if you know the TTC, hey, leading up to a big game like this, 49ers Cowboys, leading up to the week, oh, we're going at it. Niner Empire going at the Cowboy Nation Syndicate, the CNS. CNS coming back at us. And the TTC isn't what it is today, but back then, when I was doing some of these hate week videos, that hate week video against the Dallas, that was probably one of the most fun ones I've ever had, other than probably my first one, which was with the Giants Mafia, was when I first got into the TTC. That's another story for another day. But I remember leading up to that week, I see Simus 1974 coming up, and I was just like, wow, he's serious. He was really coming at us, and, you know, especially with that gay bay whiner talk. And I was like, oh my goodness. And I was really hoping we was gonna win this. I was just like, oh my god, we gotta shut this guy up. But you know, at the time, the Cowboys were, you know, fighting for the NFC East with I think they were the New York Giants were defending Super Bowl champions with Eli Manning, and the Philadelphia Eagles were in the mix. And the Niners, this is like around when Mike Singletary took over as coach. So we really didn't have a chance to win the game, but I still, you know, especially the rest of Niner Empire, we took our shot. We had nothing to lose. And, you know, the Cowboys got us that day. And I remember, you know, after the game, just seeing Simus after the game, having this big old beer mug glass, bandana wrapped around his face, talking his trash, calling us gay bay whiners, and just taking it all in. And he had me rolling that video, man. I was just like, hey man, do your thing, man. You got the victory. Hey, it's your world. And you know, eventually we crossed paths or whatever. So I remember, like, next season, 2009, we had a game against the Tennessee Titans, a home game, and Alex Smith threw 4 interceptions, and we ended up losing to the Titans. And I remember making a video, and I just went off. It's probably still uploaded if you want to check it out. I don't know, it was back in October of 2009 anyway. I remember Simon's commenting on my video. He was like, "Bro, I've been there. I feel your pain. I know how you feel." So he could relate, and we talked a little bit every now and then, whether it was through YouTube videos. I know we follow each other on Twitter/X, which I really don't use that anymore. It's just too much anyway. And we also, follow each other on Instagram, and every now and then we would, interact and stuff like that. So I didn't know him on a personal level, but I felt that I really wish I could have gotten to know him on a personal level in person, because I figured if me and him were to get together and watch a ball game together, oh my goodness, and have some beers, oh, we would have had a blast. We would have tore the roof off. But yeah, that's how great of a guy he was. I mean, he knew his football and he knew about life. And yeah, yeah, it sucks. I'm sorry. It just really sucks. Like I said, some of those old guys from the TTC, been there since day one or came in somewhere down the road. And I just know some of us that was in this aren't with us no more. Like, BVD, Big Vol Daddy, rest in peace. Halen 88, the guy who started this whole TTC thing, rest in peace. Some of y'all remember Dutch Freeman, lived up in the Seattle area, but was a hardcore 49er fan. Rest in peace. And then, my boy Dicer, one of the coolest Seahawks fans that I've ever interacted with, invited me up for the season opener in 2010 when the Niners went up to Seattle and got their asses handed to them by the Seahawks. But he was a great host. He took me all over town, showed me a great time in Seattle, and it was just a memory that I will always treasure, with my memory with Dicer. But now I didn't, like I said, I really wish I could have met Simus in person, because yeah, we would have got along really well. Yeah, that was one of the realest to ever do it here on TTC. And I think when I found out, it helps puts things in perspective, because I think he was a year older than me, because I'm 50 years old, and I think he had me by a year. But yeah, but we were around the same age. So, and yeah, I mean, we're not getting any younger, and I know I got my own issues to deal with. 10 years ago, I had a health scare and I thought I was going to die, but I made it through. But, dealing with high blood pressure, other stuff, you just take it one day at a time. Try to take good care of yourself. Because you never know. You never know when your time is up. You could be the healthiest person in the world. If God says it's your time, it's your time. And you could be, it don't matter. It don't matter. When it's your time, it's your time. And I know that, when I think about, Simon's passing, it puts things in perspective, that life is very precious. You never know. That's why, I try my best to live every day to the fullest, and trying to get out there and enjoy as much of life as possible. Just trying to take advantage of things that, I probably didn't do when I was younger, or either way, just take it one day at a time, as, I mean, this is it, so you got any grudges, let it go. Um, I think that's just pretty much it. Just love one another, take care of one another. Um, be safe out there. I know times is rough out there with a whole lot going on, but all we have is ourselves. And I know for me, um, I just want to enjoy this as much as possible because I'm not ready to go anywhere. I'm really not. I hope to be here for a very long time, but when it's my time, it's my time. But in the meantime, I'm gonna try to do my best to make the most of it. But as far as Simus goes, yeah, TTC, we lost a real one today. So my thoughts, my prayers are with his family, friends, those that were close to him, and yeah, just look out for one another, support one another, and just be safe out there. And Simus, Godspeed, my brother. Godspeed.